Top 5 relevant nuggets of information you should know right now about the real estate market. Stay tuned to this week's episode of Prime Properties TV. Promise you, it'll be worth it. Good day, Toronto. Welcome to another episode of Prime Properties. So glad you could join us here. There have been a few things I want to share with you recently that I really want you to know, but I didn't want to make a separate video about it. So I'm going to go in rapid fire lightning round sessions and give them to you right now with a tiny bit of explanation. If this is something you like, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the Prime Properties channel right now for more content like this. Fact you should know, number 1, offer dates are coming back. Look, no one likes me hearing it, but it actually is true. I represent a lot of clients on the buy side because many of you guys are investors that are looking for cash flowing properties. It's no joke, but almost all the good properties my clients have come across have an offer date and are holding offers. The only difference now is the lowered listed price is not as ridiculous as $100,000 to $200,000 less than what it will sell for, like we saw in 2017, but a more modest $50,000 less-ish or so. Meaning these properties are selling with no conditions, about 5 to 10% over asking. During each of the offer dates, we have been pitted against 2 to 3 offers, and furthermore to that, 2 of these properties have actually been sold via a bully offer, meaning an unconditional way over above their asking expectations and sold before the offer date. If you're wondering what these were, the common denominator, they're all entry-level products. The entry freehold properties under $750K and the entry-level condos around downtown under $550,000. Fact you should know, number 2, mortgage rates just dropped. Banks are starving for a mortgage business right now. I even saw Meridian Bank offer 1.98% for a 2-year fixed term mortgage. That is something saying about mortgages right now. By the way, if you guys have never heard of Meridian, they're actually an A bank and they'll lend up to $1 million on that promotion, I believe. If you didn't hear about the latest CMHC news to help first-time homebuyers by contributing up to about 10% of the down payment, I'll leave you a link in the description below. Things are moving and things are changing. It basically seems like to me the banks are pushing OFSC back up to make changes because the super drastic ones aren't coming anytime soon. So it's kind of like a crossfire in between. So instead of forcing it, even though it's not going to happen from OFSC, they're dropping the mortgage rates, even though the Bank of Canada interest rates are staying roughly the same in the past few weeks. Fact you should know, number 3, municipal land transfer tax revenue. That already sounds really, really boring. A few weeks ago, city operating budget was approved, and a big major concern that was brought up by a councilman was that we're basically in Toronto way too reliant on the land transfer tax for revenue. Have a look at the chart I'm going to put on the screen. The deficit gap has been managed in the last 4 years by very significant, and when I say very, look at the graph, very significant land transfer tax. Even if land transfer tax stays constant, the budget is under pressure in 2019. Now that there's less transactions, less land transfer tax, what do you think the city is thinking right now? Do you think they're incentivized because they're so reliant on real estate transactions with sales down 20% from the highs of 2017 and 18? Do you think they're going to try to improve the amount of transactions from real estate? Fact you should know, number 4, commercial downtown office vacancy rate. Also kind of boring sounding, but very important. You should know that I've been preaching about how ridiculous the inflow of companies into the downtown core have been lately. Look, have the chart from Avis & Young, they're a very reputable commercial brokerage, about how low the vacancy rates in downtown for office space is. It's below 2%, which is nuts because that's kind of like the residential market. Then you look at all the buildings under construction because they're big office towers, and that most of them are pre-lease, kind of like pre-construction. They already leased somebody before it's been constructed. Just tells you the sheer demand Toronto's undergoing for office space because so many global major companies are coming to downtown Toronto core. What do you think is going to happen to the residential prices in the next few years when all these major companies are hiring and all the jobs are coming to the core? Fact number 5. Toronto's tech scene is not a secret anymore. In a recent article written by the Financial Times, it talks about all the crazy attributes Toronto is becoming for the bustling tech city that we are. And you guys all know, I've talked about it before, we are creating more jobs than we in San Francisco for tech. Canada as a whole is also more welcoming than the US to get into, and you can get further ahead in life financially in the tech world in Canada much easier. Plus all the great universities we have on here. If you want to take a read at the article, I'll put it in the description below. Oh, here's my favorite part of the entire article. We're calling Toronto the Maple Valley instead of the Silicon Valley. That was awesome. It's not a secret anymore. When you group fact 4 and fact 5 together, you can see why I am so bullish on the downtown condo market like I've never been before. That's it. I hope this new format and this lightning speed round gives you an idea and some great quick hits for what the Toronto market is like right now. Until next time, guys, happy real estating.